Is Ashen Rerun worth farming for? The TLDR, no, it's not. Well, it depends what kind of player you are. If you've been to this event before, no, it is not worth farming for. If it's your first time going to this event, yes, it is, but not really. You don't want to be super invested into farming this event, but you kind of may want to farm a little bit more than the average player that's been at this rerun already. So there's that. Okay, anyways, let's talk about specific players now. If you're I'm gonna do with the rerun players first. If this is your rerun, you've been to the first Ashen event before, you don't want to farm this event. The rewards are absolutely horrendous. There's no unique gear here. It's just all like junk here. There's no real good gear here. Like you have quads that you get from gear boxes, BTDs or whatever. Now there is an SSR ship drop, but assuming you've been to this event before, you probably already have it. But in terms of hard mode or whatever, there's like nothing really you want to farm here. It's all whatever. Like you have SG barriers, but you can find them in like a S61 or whatever in the original map. So there's no reason to actually farm this one. So you really just want to just get to 25k, assuming you don't, assuming you need the PR prints or whatever. You really just want the 25k. 25k is like the best stopping point, because unlike the other newer events, at 50k there's no more UR prints, so there's no incentive to go higher than 25k. Now there's cog chips and all this stuff as well, yes, but most of you guys have an abundance of them. Like cog chips, you have an abundance of them. Retro prints, you probably have an abundance of them. Now if you're a new player, obviously you need them, but for rerun players, you pretty much don't need these. Skill books, you probably need the red ones, but it's RNG. You don't determine if you get red books or not. So if you want to game on that, sure, but I wouldn't want to though. But to do this event simple is very, very easy. If you kept up on day one, all you have to do is go to hard mode, clear everything, don't 3-star everything, unlock SP, and then by the time, if you did this on day one, you should have about 9,000 to 10,000 points, because I had about 9,800 when I finished this. And after that, all you have to do is SP every single day and the dailies. If you do it without the 3 build, that is still fine, because you get about 1,200 points a day. There's 14 days in an event, and if you clear everything on day 1, meaning there's 13 days left over, 13 times 12, or 1,200 times 13 days is about 15 to 16,000, which combined with the initial amount you had from before, which is 9,000 to 10,000, that is about 25,000 points that you can get from just pure dailies of SP and the missions you have right here, excluding the 3 builds. So that's all you gotta do. And once you get to 25,000 points, you prioritize what you want. Obviously, if you need the UR prints, go for those first. Cat boxes are nice, but you don't really have to go for them if you don't want to. I advise going for these, and once you get those, if you really, really want to just get the absolute minimum from this event, I'd say just get the 2 prints. Assuming you need SSR prints, go for that. If you don't, some players don't need these. Get the UR prints, get the cat boxes, get the resources as well to get your resources back, I guess, and you're pretty much good to go. You don't have to grab anything else. The other cat boxes are optional. If you want the EXP and the coin save, that's up to you. But prioritize the UR prints, obviously, and then these resources if you don't need the SSR prints. Otherwise, if you want all of these, you're going to have to stay to 40,000 points, and I really don't advise doing that. But if you want to, yoink, 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 yoink. Don't go for dorm food if you don't need it. And cat boxes, yoink, and you're pretty much good to go. And if you want cat boxes, go for those. Now, if you're a new player, obviously you're going to miss the drop ship, so you kind of want to get Cav, right? If you want Cav, depending on how strong you are, some people, it's been, 20 months now since the Ashen rerun. If you start pretty late or whatever, Ashen rerun, you're pretty much strong enough to go as a D3 right now, right? Now, last year, I don't know, or like 2 years ago, I don't know what fleet I had, but I probably just did the standard Phoenix Saratoga. I'll list what I had. I'll list the fleet I had the last Ashen rerun I had. It was in one of my videos. If not, you can refer to my my last Russian event video I made. It's really simple. It's just The hard part is that it requires firepower, and you need 3 carrier slot, right? So what you do here is you do 1 carrier. So I'm gonna do an example right here, right? Now I'm not gonna farm with this. I don't need to farm anymore, but what I do is just a generic setup, of Phoenix and Saratoga. Once that is done, you fill up the rest with whatever you need. Now, obviously, you need firepower, right? So drop one of your carriers and slot in the highest firepower ship you have. I'm just gonna slot in a regular old battleship that's pretty geared. Let's do Alabama just for consistency with the event. Now you see here, we're pretty much good to go, right? Now we need a little bit more firepower and a little bit more evasion. You can tweak this a bit if you want. You're probably going to use 120 ships or whatever, but you can tweak that a bit. So more evasion, you're going to need washing machines. And then let's do this one as well. We're kind of close. We're getting kind of close there. Now I'm using whatever Bob, so you can change that. But you're gonna have to cough up washing machines here. Now I can slot in 2 more washing machines and get them out. And then I need firepower, right? Firepower comes from mainly the ships the guns you give. So I'm pretty much capped out. I believe I'm using like all the 30 AP guns or whatever. It would help if you have like a Zeppi. A Zeppi would be really good here, or some kind of like, I think Eagle or whatever. That'll make it so a carrier with firepower would be really good here. But if you can't do that though, you may have to slot in like, I don't know, like let's do like a cast in downs or whatever. If you really want to go min-maxy with it, you can do it. There's obviously other ways of doing this, but if you have a Zeppi or whatever, that'll help a lot. And then you just give them like a proper gun or whatever, and they're like pretty much good to go. Like if I properly set this up, I could definitely do this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm using a caster right now, but let's do destroyers. Anyone really, like Z23 or something. I don't think my Z23 is geared though, but just to give you an idea. See, it's like really close right there. I just need a gun, and you're pretty much good to go. There's 2 destroyers, 1 heavy cruiser. You can slot in whatever backline. Now you're gonna use 5, but this is your boss fleet right here, and then you slot in whatever you need here for the mob fleet. Now it's 1 oil, but if this sinks, then you're good to go. Very simple, right? That's what I do usually most of the time. You guys can copy it if you want to farm this event. Now, if you're a newer player and you can't farm hard mode, there's not really much maps you can farm. Obviously, if I were to tell you guys as a new player, get the ship, obviously, and depending on what kind of player you are, if you want to farm a little bit more, I'd say the best things you can grab are the plates. If you need the gear, grab the gearboxes. Prioritize those. And that's pretty much it. Well, you can grab the oil to farm more if you want to. Coins, if you need it, grab for it as well. If you want to aim high, then grab the UR prints. But after that, you don't need anything else. Like, obviously, like, these are limited resources. They're hard to get, yes. But if you're absolutely a new player, like, you have other things to worry about as of right now. Don't worry about the future if down the line you're not going to be able to finish this at all. That's what I like to say. So worry about what you have right now. Only think about the future if you plan on playing this game for long term. So plates, good. Gold gearbox is good. Oil is fine. Coins is okay too if you need the coins. And if you want to push the extra mile, then grab the UR prints, and that's pretty much it. You can cut off right there. Oh, grab Cav as well. Oh, farm B3. If you farm B3, there's a chance of getting her. D3 as well. If you can get that ship drop, you save 8,000 points. So try to do that. Now, if you can't do that though, 8,000 points. This right here is about, well, just general plates and main guns is like the most important ones. This is about let's say 2,000 or 3,000 points. You maybe want to get a little bit more. 11,000 right there. This is about 15,000 combined with the gold gearboxes. And then if you want to buy the oil, that's another 2,500 or so. With the coins, another 2,500, so that's 20,000. And with the UR prints, about 30,000 points. Can you get all that from just doing B3 alone? It is possible. It is possible. You're going to have to put in a lot of work on it, but it is indeed possible. You also get some EXP as well. Now, if you don't have to get Cav, you save 8,000 points, you only need 2,200. So keep up your dailies, and you're good to go there. So that's my tip for you guys. If you're new to this event, you can farm for it, but don't commit too much because the incentive is honestly not that worth it. There's no unique guns to farm here. There's not good milestone rewards as well outside of the 25k. And if you're a veteran player that's been to the rerun before, all you gotta get is a 25k, assuming you want the UR prints. Otherwise, you don't have to farm at all. And if you're a newer player but you're kind of strong, you start after Ashen rerun, but you're by all means not a noob or whatever. Do what you have to do. Get the UR prints and then clear whatever you want from the shop, and you're pretty much good to go. Those are my tips for you guys. Enjoy the video. Have fun grinding if you guys are grinding, and I'll see you guys in the next video.